Okay, update-a-roo. This switch harness kicked my ever-living trash. The wiring on this, I think, is for a positive ground or something. I couldn't get that bike started unless I held in the kill switch, which means when it's not held in, the circuit is basically continuous or closed. Pull the switch, the circuit goes open. The way this bike is supposed to be is when the switch is not depressed, it's open. When you want to kill it, you want it closed. So I waited a little bit, got a new genuine kill switch for a Kawasaki KDX or KX. It's open unless you push the button, then it's closed, and I've tested it and it works properly. And I've decided to go with a very simple light on-off switch. I'm getting rid of all the other stuff. I'm not going to make this bike street legal, at least not right now. So I had to take all that wiring off, which was all way down in there, and rewire everything. I've done something a little different too. This is not finished yet, so it's just set up for testing purposes. And that is, I've just used I can create my own voltage cleaning circuits, rectifier circuits using capacitors and resistors. But I got this pretty inexpensive, and I'm going to see if it cleans the alternating current that comes from the stator clean enough to run LEDs. So basically power goes from the stator to this, from this out to this wire, which is going to be connected to that one headlight that has the ring around it. So when you start the bike up, the ring will light up and it'll be on all the time. And then it also goes to the switch so that when you turn the switch on, then power will come to this and light up. I'm going to wire it up with the high beam probably on the headlight once I get around to making the bracket for it. Here's the tank all polished. Didn't turn out too bad. It's a little bit sandy here just because I didn't want to polish all that because the seat's going to be there. But this actually polished really nice. And I've got the new graphics on the radiator shrouds. Pipe silencer is on. What I ended up doing is I ended up cutting one of the brackets. Actually, it fit pretty good to go from here to here. It wasn't that big long one that I showed you guys before. It's good enough. It's going to work fine. It looks decent. You know, there's going to be the cover, the side plate that's going to cover that. And let's look at it from this side. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to recover the seat, take seat foam out, and then I'm going to clean up these number plates, take all the stickers off of them, clean them up real good, polish them, make them look nice, and then I'm going to probably put some yellow number backgrounds on them or something for now. And then I'm going to fire it up. Oh, one last thing. The petcock. You can't get a new petcock. I might be able to adapt from somewhere, but my buddy Tom Hooker from Duff's Racing was able to get me a rebuild kit. But that little deal popped out of the back of it, and what they normally do apparently is they just tap it back in and it doesn't leak. But this thing's old. If I ever had to do anything with it, I'd replace it anyway. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually just clean this really good. I'm going to put a real thin coat of JB Weld around the outside. I'm going to pop it in the back, tap it in there snug, and let it set up with this going straight down in case I change carbs or something, and so it doesn't leak, because the petcock now does not leak since I put all new seals in it. Gosh, it's ready to go, man. It's ready to give a little shot. So check out this sweet 1991 KDX KDX250 original seat. I took off that Duval cover, and you can see why they covered it. It's got a big old tear right there. But the rest of the seat's in pretty amazing shape. But check out the colors, man. We got straight up pink, homie. Isn't that sweet? Anyway, I'm about ready to take that off in order to cover with some black and green. But I wanted to show you guys that. I thought that's pretty cool. Stepping back to 1991, baby. Shazam! How's that look, folks? She's trimmed down. Oh gosh. I'm not going to dig out of the trash. Trimmed down about 1.5 inches out of the side of the seat. All recovered with this JFG Racing seat cover, nice and snug. Cleaned up the pan so it's all nice. I always like to double row my staples. I don't have to worry if I'm sliding on and pulling everything off. Nice and snug, tight, no wrinkles. Let's come over here to the seateroni here and slide her on, see what she kind of looks like. Hang on just a second. Forgive. Got a couple of bolts. Not bad. It does definitely match good. It's got to go in there just a little bit more. Probably could have cleaned that up a little bit more maybe. I'm going to put some bolts in that sucker. Let's see. The back end's a little bit high still because I've got to get it tied down to these bolts that go through that fender. So let's get that done. Seat will be on. And it's getting close. Very, very close. Bling. There she is so far. Now I got the seat on. Now this rear fender, the stock fender, was wider and taller and bulkier. This is definitely more sleekish, so it doesn't fit, you know, real tight right through here. But it's bolted up and it's okay. It'll have to be okay. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna have to be okay. So now what I gotta do is I gotta work on these skid plates, these side number plates, see if I can somehow get them cleaned up and installed somehow. Okay people, she's pretty much done with the exception of headlight and a few little odds and ends. Check out that Gold Series FMF Fatty. Rear number plates are cleaned off, polished, ready for some kind of graphic. That's the tail end. Now it is 2 inches shorter and the seat is down. To me it feels like a really low short dirt bike, but you know what's crazy is the ground clearance will only be down by 2 inches compared to stock, but it actually doesn't look that bad. It almost feels like a mini bike, which might be really great for trails, you know? It feels like a mini bike. Oh, for my son, it'll be perfect. Still got decent clearance. I haven't set sag or anything like that. I still got to figure out how to do the headlight. A few little odds and ends. I think I want to try to start it. What do you guys think? I'll go get my wife and see if she'll hold the camera so I can start it. And I haven't tied up the rear fender perfectly yet either. Pretty sweet, huh?